bad lookout. Rheneas and Skarloey were talking quietly to Coldy next morning when Duncan stormed up, followed by Sir Handel. "Hello," chuckled Rheneas. "Here we go."
"I nearly came off," fumed Duncan. "Those coaches pushed me. The scene controller says they didn't. He says I get the bad lookout. We have no money to mend you, he said. And if it happens again, I'll leave you in the back of the shed. Why does he always pick on me? It's not fair."
Skarloey said nothing. He just winked at Rheneas. "As you were saying, Coldy," remarked Rheneas, "you had 2 coaches on your trial trip. Do you ever take more?" "No, our line is so steep that we're only allowed 1. We each have our own. Mine's called Catherine. I know her well. That's most important." "Why?" asked Sir Handel. "They're only coaches." "Ours," said Coldy, "are something more. You pull your coaches and you can see ahead. We push ours up so we can't see. They watch the line for us. The guard watches too, of course. But Catherine's so clever that I know at once that everything is wrong." "That must take a load off your mind," said Skarloey. Coldy smiled. "But not off my buffers. Climbing's hard work and needs a lot of steam. My fireman and I have a tiring time. Coming down," he went on, "is different. Catherine and I just roll. We need no steam for that." Sir Handel sighed enviously. "I should like that," he said. "With your automatic brakes, it sounds like a rest cure." "That," replied Coldy, "was just a mistake poor Godred made." "Who," asked Little Engines, "is Godred?" "Godred was our number 1, and named after a king," Coldy replied. "Perhaps that went to his smoke box and made him conceited. He'd never keep a good lookout. He'd roll down the line, looking anywhere but at the track. 'You'll have an accident,' I told him. 'Pooh!' he said. 'I've got automatic brakes, haven't I? And driver's got his air brake. What more do you want?' 'More sense from you,' I said. 'No engine can stop at once if he isn't ready to obey his driver's orders.'" "The first thing a young engine learns," agreed Skarloey. Godred never learned sense. His driver and fireman and the manager all spoke to him. They even took him to pieces to see if anything was wrong, but he still went on in the same old way. One day I was going up and waited at the station for Godred coming down to pass me. As I waited, so it happened. One moment he was on the track, and the next his driver and fireman was unclear as he rolled over. No one was hurt. His coach stayed on the rails and the guard braked her to a stop. They brought Godred home next day. "We've no money to mend you," said our manager, "so you will go to the back of the shed." As time went on, poor Godred got smaller and smaller till nothing was left. What happened?" asked Duncan anxiously. "It's not nice to talk about," said Coldy. "But what happened? Why isn't it nice?" "Our drivers used Godred's parts to mend us," answered Coldy mournfully. Sir Handel and Duncan were unusually silent, long after Coldy had gone home. Neither Skarloey nor Rheneas never mentioned that Coldy had made the story up.